How you now?
Okay, canoe tour of Widgeon Creek. One of the most popular canoe trips, day trips in the Lower Mainland for sure. It's a classic. Paddle through a marsh, and then the creek keeps going up this steep V-shaped valley with like classic West Coast rainforest, like Douglas fir, western red cedar, and western hemlock and mountain hemlock. It's a very easy trip. Basically no current in the marsh. It takes maybe an hour and a half to get up and an hour and a half back down. And it's tidal, so that's an interesting thing about it. It's also the largest negatively accreting delta in the world. I think my buddy who's an oceanographer told me that, which means that it's like most deltas accrete like outward towards their mouth. This one accretes backwards towards its source. So it becomes marshier. It's becoming marshier the further like upstream you go. It's the traditional territory of the Kelsey First Nation, which are a band from the Stalo. So I'm going to use some of the Halkomelem, which is their language names for the landmarks, and I'll use the English names too. There's black bears, cougars, river otters, so many different species of birds, migratory birds and resident birds, squirrels, mule deer. Yeah, lots of wildlife up there, especially this time of year because there's it's winter time, so there's less people, so there's more wildlife that way. Yeah, okay, Widgeon Creek, here we go. So the start and end of the Widgeon Creek canoe trip is Grant Narrows Regional Park. And the Kelsey, the Halkomelem name is Shukwole. XWQOLE. I'm probably mispronouncing it. If I'm mispronouncing it, tell me how to pronounce it, please. I want to say it right. Anyway, so this is where you start and end your trip for Widgeon Creek usually, and it's also the starting and ending. It's at the bottom of Pitt Lake. So if you were going to go up to Pitt Lake on a canoe trip, or maybe like the cabin owners, spotted towhee. Yep. It's the bottom of Pitt Lake. So the dock is here. This place has changed a lot. It used to be run, or like they used to rent canoes here. They had like a fleet of probably like 50 canoes. Ayla Canoes was the name of the rental place, and then the Kelsey First Nation took it over, and they rented canoes for a bit. And they just finished tearing down all their buildings there. So I don't know what the future of Grant Narrows holds, but lots changing at this spot here. Yeah, so Grant Narrows, the start and end of the Widgeon Creek canoe trip. And in the future, it's going to look different than this, I think. Don't know how, though. Okay, so this is you got to cross the Pitt River to get to the mouth of Widgeon Creek. That's the mouth of Widgeon Creek there. So yeah, you got to cross the Pitt River here first. This is like the Grant Narrows, the Narrows part. And then Pitt Lake is up that way. So this is the most dangerous part of the trip, because the river here, it has some current, especially in the spring. It's got pretty strong current, so you gotta ferry yourself across, and the wind can whip up pretty big waves here. But easily the biggest danger crossing the Pitt River here is other like motorboats. They don't really see you, or maybe they do and just don't care, but like, don't get hit by a motorboat when you're crossing the river here. That's the biggest danger. The Halkomelem name for the Narrows here, this water feature, is Ashshwoo. Yeah, so if I'm mispronouncing it, let me know again. But I think it's pronounced Ashwu, the Narrows, most dangerous part. Another thing, the current flows both ways here. Like I said, it's tidal, so it could be flowing that way or it could be flowing that way. It's a pretty cool feature of the river here. So we entered the slough now. We've left the Pit River. We're in Widgeon Slough. The entrance to the slough here is a traditional Kelsey resource gathering site called Siskel. And it was owned by women. The women were the owners of the resource gathering site. I don't know what they gathered here. Probably fish. They probably fished here. Maybe cranberries and maybe blueberries, and it also could have been wapato, that like swamp potato that the Kelsey were pretty famous for having a lot of. But yeah, Siskel, the entrance to the marsh here, owned by Kelsey women. Over there. There used to be this guy, I guess you call him a hermit, but he lived on like a collection of boats that, I guess, like an artificial island, and his name was Shadow, and he kept the slough very clean. He'd like go around and pick up all the garbage and stuff. And he lived there for like a decade or maybe more even. But then GVRD kicked him out, so I don't know where Shadow is now. But he was a good dude. Sometimes it snows on Widgeon Creek, usually in the winter. Better than me. You know, when you see the geese migrating and they have a flying V in the sky there, and sometimes one of the arms of the V is longer than the other one. It's because there's more birds there. This is the campsite, Widgeon Creek campsite. So yeah, this is the head of navigation pretty much, which it's just, you can't really paddle much further than this up the creek. It gets really shallow, and then it starts getting pretty swift as well. So good place. You can maybe make it like another 100 meters up, but this is pretty much the head of navigation, and it's like where people camp, right? It's tidal. You can tell, you can see like the mud and gravel bar there. So like the tide will come up to where we're standing pretty much. So don't leave your canoe here. Bring your canoe up, otherwise the tide will come up and take it away. The Kate seed halcomelum name for this area is Schwellalt Sheptem. I don't know what that means. I think tem is creek, so it could mean end of the creek, or anyway, I'll just say it again. Schwellalt Septem. Again, if you know how to speak halcomelum and I'm saying it wrong, please teach me. Just let me know. So yeah, this is the campsite. It's changed a lot. They used to never have that bear sign there. These picnic tables are all new. That picnic table is new. These trees have been here as long as I know, and they're pretty old, big old fir or spruce trees. Douglas fir, I think they're Douglas fir trees. No, they're Sitka spruce trees, yeah. A couple big old Sitka spruce trees. And then, yeah, this is a road here, an old logging road. That way, down the logging road, will take you to Quarry Road in North Poco, which is like near Minikata. So you could walk, and I heard rumors that they're gonna like fix up the road and remove the gate. So Widgeon campsite here may one day be vehicle accessible, which yeah, don't know if that's awesome. I'm of two minds, like, you know, it's good that people can come, but also, will it get trashed if you can bring your cars here? I don't know. That way it's the old logging road that goes to a bunch of trails, one to the Widgeon Creek Falls, and you can hike up to Widgeon Lake that way. And there's a trail, a very faint trail, up to Gavro Mountain, which is up that side. And then also, this is the eastern terminus of the Fool's Gold route to Squamish. So if you're inclined to do so, you could hike 8 days to Squamish through the bush on the Fool's Gold route, starting here. Not many people try it, and even the people who do try it, it doesn't go well for them. But anyway, this is the start or end. These bear caches are like less than a year old. These cages here. Fancy. We're going to hike to Widgeon Falls. It's a 2.4 kilometer hike, and you can walk along the logging road there, or you can take the trail, which is like 100 meters shorter, I think, but it's like a rougher trail. The logging road is a well graded, you know, you could drive an ATV on it probably. Can't drive an ATV on the trail. So let's go to the falls. Okay, this I like this part of the trail here because it's got these nice, huge, very old big leaf maple trees. Wintertime, so all the foliage is falling off of it now. But it's like they're always covered in moss like that. Really cool trees. Here's a leaf of it. Big leaf maple. Cool deciduous tree. This is a viewpoint off of the trail from the campsite to Widgeon Falls. This is Widgeon Creek. This is what it looks like upstream of the campsite. So yeah, pretty hard to get a canoe up that. Pretty shallow, not much water. Yeah, so that's Widgeon Falls. So that's the end of this video, tour of Widgeon Creek and hike to Widgeon Falls. It's getting dark out, so we're gonna go back and probably end up paddling the last little bit in the dark, but we got headlamps and other sources of light and stuff, so we'll be fine. Thanks for watching my video. Yeah, Widgeon Creek has changed, and Grant Narrows, this whole valley, is changing a lot. It used to be a lot more remote, and it's getting more accessible, and BC Parks has put all those picnic tables and bear caches in, and maybe gonna brush out the road, which means a lot more people will be here. And I don't know what I think of that. It's good that people are getting out here and getting to be in nature, and it might make them better people, but it might not, and they might just trash the area, all the new people that are coming here. So I don't know, I haven't decided what I think about it. I guess that's like a common issue, right? Like, places are really awesome, and then we go there and we make them less awesome. So should we just not go there? Should, or less people? I don't know. Tell me what you think, please. There's like a comment thing under whatever, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, thank you for coming on this trip, and yeah, go paddling, it's fun.